Good morning. Today's lesson has the value of peace, or we can say right conduct. And the related value is simple living, living simply. It's a different type of lesson. But we're going to start today with silent sitting. So, sit up straight. And watch your breathing. Make sure nobody is around you, touching you. Your back should be straight. And you should listen to the words and the music. Silent sitting is the most important part of the SSCHV lesson, the lessons which I do every Saturday. In fact, people should do this silent sitting every day. Only then it's very beneficial to you. So what is silent sitting? Silent sitting is calming the mind. Calming the mind so that we can listen to the inner voice, the voice that's inside us. That little voice which talks to us all the time. That little voice which tells you what is right and what is wrong. So if you listen to that voice, then things go positive for you. It's when we ignore that little voice is when we land into trouble, because it's the voice of truth. The voice of right living. So let's start with silent sitting today. So to do silent sitting, you must sit straight. And first of all, you should watch your breathing. Look at me and see. In, out. In, out. So next thing is just watch it go in and out until I start playing the music and I start speaking. Then when I ask you to close your eyes, I would like you to then close your eyes. So, breathe in. Now, gently close your eyes. Imagine there is light in front of you. It could be a candle flame. Now take this flame, take this light to your forehead, in your forehead, and let it reach your brain. Think, may I think of good things, things that are pure and positive. The thoughts that make me better, that make me happy, that make me kind. Let this light get rid of all the bad thoughts in your mind, all negative thoughts in your mind. Now, take this light to your eyes. Let these eyes look at good things. Let these eyes read good literature, watch good programs, see the nature, the beautiful nature with these eyes. Now slowly take this light to your ears. Let my ears hear good things. Hear good music, hear good words. Hear the sounds of the nature, the birds in the morning. Take this light to your lips. May I speak the truth from these lips. May I speak what is kind. May I speak what's caring. May I speak what is truth. Take this light to your hands. Let these hands do good in the world. Let me use my hands for helping others. Take this light to your feet. Let these feet take me to good places. Now take this light to your mother, your father, your elders in your family, your brothers and sisters, and nephews, and uncles, nieces. Let it go to all the members of your family. Let this light travel to the people on your street, in your country, and finally the whole wide world. Let this positive light go into the universe, the light of love. Now think of how your life should be. Simple living, enjoying the simple things, having everything you need, having everything you want, but at the same time appreciating the simple truths of life, the simple things in your life. May you learn to understand what is simple living. Slowly bring this light back to you. Take it back to your mind. Take it to your heart. Let it be there in your heart. May all the people in the whole world be happy. Gently open your eyes. Gently keep on listening to the music. slowly and gently open your eyes. There you feel calm, you have peace. And you need this peace every day. Even for 1 minute every hour, you can just sit on somewhere and think of positive things. That will relax you a lot. And your day will go well. Story time. So, before I tell you my story, I want you to learn something. I want to talk to you about something. Right. I want you to look at these leaves. And tell me what these leaves are. I bet you can't. Because you might have never seen them in this color. Why? Because they grow in this color, but when it reaches your house, they are brown. Can you guess now what it is? Most of the people have it. Many people have it in the morning. I bet you have guessed it now because you can look at that picture at the back. I'll give you an idea. What's that? You know what they call it? They call, in this country, in England, they call it a cuppa. I'm going for a cuppa. Cuppa? What's that, cuppa? Cuppa is short form of a cup of tea. Now that is tea. Now, you'll be surprised. There are different types of teas. There are some teas, for example, this is lemon and ginger tea. But this is what they call it's called herbal tea. Yes. So some people who don't want to drink the normal tea drink herbal tea. And there are different types of herbal teas. This is one of them. But there are lots of other flavors. And some are good for the... So, let me show you the other types of tea. Yeah. The normal tea. Yes. Where is my tea bag gone? Somewhere here, I'm sure. So, while my tea bag is coming, let me show you the tea bags which are actually in our packet. Let's have a proper brew, it says. It's a Yorkshire tea packet. I received it in one of my parcels. I'm going to try it one day. That's a tea bag as well. And the most famous one is English breakfast. And then you have Assam tea. And again, English breakfast tea. So, the ones I use are like these tea bags. So I take one tea bag. That's how I make my cup of tea. I want you to have a look at it. So, what do? I'm making it in a clear mug so that you can actually see. See, where's my spoon gone? Okay, let me put this first, okay? I put a tea bag in, then we boil the water. Now children, you don't do it because it's dangerous, but you can ask your parents to help you. Later on I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to show you how to make a cup of tea. So, you have a tea bag, boiling water. You put the boiling water in here. Can you see it's changing color? There you go. And then you take a spoon and you wow, it's changing color. Can you see that? It's changing color. Now some people like it light. Light means they don't want it very strong. So before that, some people drink the real tea. That's what they call the real tea. Just like that. Me, I'm not very fond of it because I like mine sweet and I like with milk. But there are lots of people who drink it just like that. Actually it does. I've not tasted it for a long time. Like, let me try again. Not bad. Actually, it's not bad. I've never tried it long before. Anyway, so some people then some people like it, like me, like to squeeze the bag, and it becomes dark. Strong. I like it strong. But I like it with milk. So when I go to a shop to buy tea, they ask me, do you want milk or you want black tea? So some people have black tea. So that's the black tea. I put a little bit of milk. Some people like it with lot of milk and some people like it with little milk. No, that's not a good color for me. I like it a bit more. Yes, that looks a bit more, please. There. Okay. That's right. That's good. So. No. You know why I don't like it like this? Because I want sugar in mine. But the doctors have told me not to have sugar. So, instead of sugar, I have what is called sweetener. That's called a canderel. It's called canderel. And there are different types of. So 1, 2. That's better. So why do people drink tea? Because many people get used to having a tea, so they must have tea in the morning. But many people drink tea to relax, to feel nice. Some people don't have tea at all. Like I said, some people have herbal tea, some people have proper tea. Now, let me explain to you here. We can just keep it over there now. Thank you very much. Right. As I said, some people have this type of tea. It's called decaf tea. Means decaffeinated tea. So I sometimes have decaffeinated tea. So they don't want caffeine inside. And as I said, some people like it with brown sugar. So I've got brown sugar at home. I don't have it, but my wife has brown sugar. So some people have brown sugar, have it with brown sugar. And some people use white sugar. So it depends what people want. And I'm going to show you a few pictures as well. That's called green tea. So some people have green tea. This called, it says Japan matcha. So this is from Japanese. So some people like green tea. Yeah, that's a box for the green tea. And this is called chamomile, something like that. It's made of flowers. So there are different types of teas. Now, finally, not but the least, last but the, okay, here. Some people like cold tea. Not hot tea, cold tea. This is called iced tea. Why am I talking about tea today? Because our story is about tea. T. PQRST. There you go. Right. Let us now look at some more things. My story, this story is about a cup of tea, or not only a cup of tea, cups of tea. Why I'm saying cups of tea? Okay, before I start the story, in my story, you will have people not using this type of glass clear cup and saucer, but they're using posh, elegant tea cups and saucers. Now look at these. They are very expensive. I'll show you another one. Maybe you have some of these in your house. You can't put them in the microwave because they all got a golden lining. Now, the place I'm going to talk about, this is, now when they make tea, so what they do is they take this and the tea is grown in Ceylon and Africa. Kenya, I remember we used to have some tea plantations and lots of other places. But Darjeeling tea is very, very important, very, very famous as well. Assam tea is famous, and so are many others. And in England, we have Twinings. So those type of teas are. So what happens that these green leaves are plucked by women or men, and they put them in their baskets, and then these green leaves go through a process in the factory. So they are dried and they are crushed and there are lots of different things happen, and finally they are like brownish. If you look at a tea bag, if you tear a tea bag, you'll find the tea leaves, what we call. And many people in the world don't use tea bags. They only like it by putting the tea leaves in water and boiling it for some time. And with milk also, sometimes they do that. So that's called loose tea. So when this tea is made, then sometimes they have tea tasting functions. They invite lots of people to test different types of tea. So in my story, you will find that this is what happened. Once there was a group of elderly gentlemen who were invited to a tea farm. And it was a special meet. They call it tea sampling meet. That means meet, M-E-E-T, meet. So they are sampling the tea. They are having a meeting to sample the tea. So lots of different types of teas were put in lots of different cups of saucers for people to taste. They were expensive teas from all over the world. Lots of different types of teas. And the people who came for this function were ladies and gentlemen who were well dressed. Some were wearing designer clothes and suits, and others from India were in their special what they call kurtas and tuxedos, and all their clothes were very well ironed and creased. That means when they were ironing, they were ironed with very much care. So there was sharp crease. And, oh my, they looked very, very smart. Many of them were having very expensive ties. So these ties can cost a lot of money as well. And you can have cheap ones. But they were all wearing expensive silk ties. And their shoes were shining. Shoes were shining so much that they said you can actually comb your hair by looking at your face in the shoes. That shiny. Some of them spoke very good English, while there were others who spoke Chinese, and some spoke Hindi and Turkish and all different languages. People were there from all over the world. But they had one thing in common among them, and that was they had a style. They were styled. They were like posh. That afternoon, slowly, things were happening, and after several rounds of tea, there was no hurry and no worry. No hurries and no worries. So people were not hurrying, they were not worrying, they were just enjoying the cups of tea. Some teas were served green. Some were from different parts of the country. And as I explained to you, that's why I was explaining that some of them were herbal teas. Some were black and some were with milk. Some of the teas had a flavor of cinnamon or cardamom. Some had ginger in them. And some were even flavored like raspberry or strawberry. And they also had different types of sweeteners as well. One could choose from brown dermira or white sugar, canderel, sweetener, stevia, and some even liked honey, to put honey, and some put jaggery. Jaggery is like the brown lump of, it's made from sugarcane juice. And along with the teas, there were also things to eat like dried fruits, sweets, cakes, buns, donuts, and every kind of sweet you could think of. To say that people were spoiled to have the food and the tea. Towards the end of the tea tasting session, after people were tasting and many were saying, "Hey!" and the organizer who had big farm of and a factory of this thing, came and got the mic and said, "Gentlemen, now I shall be serving something which we have never served before." Such gathering. It is something we have only kept it for ourselves, exclusive. After a lot of debate, we have decided we are going to share it with you, this flavor. Please. So, he said, "Give the tea." And they were all served the tea. and he said, enjoy them. The brew tea was with milk and sugar. They drank to the last drop. They liked it so much. The host waited until they had all finished their tea and then said, do you like it, my friends? This is what they said. Yes. He said, this is what we serve to our farmers. Plain, simple tea. Truly, this is the simplest thing in life that are best. They don't cost too much, and they are very easy to get. So he said, you have tasted tea from everywhere else, but you liked this simple tea the best. Simple is the best, he said. Then he said these things. He said, despite so many cosmetics, there are lots of cosmetics, but a smile is the best. Simple smile is the best. These children, they don't have any cosmetic, but this smile is more powerful, because if somebody is wearing a cosmetic and has got a sad face, looks no good. He said, despite of different types of food, pizza and all the things, a time comes when you're sick of it and you want a simple food. Because you don't want to eat rich food. Simple food is best. You may go visit different places in the world, and you will enjoy. Of course you will enjoy. Of course you will like the plane and everything. But a time will come when you want to say, home sweet home. I want to go back to my home. He said, despite of there being many colors in the world, it's usually the black. Sorry, not this one. I got the wrong one. This one is, in spite of so many fabrics, the cotton is the best. The cotton means the plain, fluffy one, you wear at night. They are the best. And the other one I was saying, despite so many colors, black and white, you'll find most of people wearing black and white. Despite of lot of drinks, if you are thirsty, these will not help you to quench your thirst. You will need water. Simple water is the best. Despite of all these. Despite of surfing on the internet. You go on the internet a lot. A time comes when you get tired of going on the internet. Say, I don't want to go on the internet anymore. My eyes are tired. In spite of the internet, it's the internet that is important, that will help you. And that is silent sitting, internet. So, when you do silent sitting every day and look inside you instead of looking outside for the knowledge, when you look inside you, you'll find you'll be very, very clever. So, now for our quotation. Live simply, dream big, be grateful to others, give love and laugh a lot. So these are the things. Live simply, simple living. And that's what our lesson today is about. Living simple life. So when you follow all these, it's not difficult to follow. Very, very easy. Okay, so what are the worksheets you're going to do? One of the worksheet is what I've written over here. So you have to write here or draw here. Live simply. How will you make your life simple? What simple things do you enjoy doing? Dream. What is your dream? Dream big. Grateful. What are you grateful to or for? And to who? Maybe you could write something down here or draw something. I'm grateful to my mom and dad for giving me all that love. Giving love. To whom you want to give love? And how will you give them love? With your mom and dad, maybe by listening to them. That's also called giving love. It's not only going and hugging them. It's doing for them something that they want you to do and you're not doing. That is love. Laugh lots. Who makes you laugh? How will you make people laugh? How will you do all these things? To have a good, simple life. When you do all these things, that is a simple life. Of course, enjoy your holidays. Of course, do all those things. Spend money, whatever. But this is simple living as well. Another activity. All those beautiful cups and saucers, you can cut them and you can pretend giving tea to your loved ones. It says simple living formula. What is simple living formula? Number 1, live in your means. That means whatever your earnings are there, don't try to spend too much so that you're wasting money. Donate clothes and things that you don't need to charity. Make someone happy. Be a good listener. Sometimes I talk a lot, but I think I need to learn that also. Do walks and exercise. Do silent sitting and look inside. All these things are formula for simple living. And finally, make a cup of tea for somebody in your house. Of course, take permission from your parents and ask your parents to help you with the hot water and other things. Don't do it alone. Take the help of your parents. But try and make a cup of tea for somebody to make them happy. So that is a simple lesson. Simple tea. And now we shall do our favorite song. Are you ready? I am ready. And what's that? To all the children in the world. We are going to give them lots of love. The little children in the world. To all the little children in the world. We give them lots of love. We give them lots of peace. We all the little children in the world. Ya, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, ya, singing ya, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, ya, singing ya, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, ya. All the grown-up people in the world, to all the grown-up people in the world, we send them lots of love. We send them lots of peace to all the grown-up people in the world. Singing, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, ya, ya. Singing, ya, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, yippee, ya. Singing, ya, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, ya. Creatures in the world. All God's creatures in the world. We send them lots of love. We send them lots of peace to all God's creatures in the world. Singing, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, ya. Singing, ya, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, ya. Singing, ya, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, yippee, yippee, ya, yippee. Sorry, my throat today is a bit rough. That's why I couldn't sing loudly, but I hope you enjoyed it. But best thing is that we send lots of love to the children, to the parents, to the grown-ups, to the God's creatures, nature, because love is the biggest force Do your silent sitting daily and spread lots of love. See you next week.